Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the King of Israel, and the Lord, the Creator of the heaven and earth. And this episode I'm going to go into today is going to be titled Hannibal and Scipios Africanus. And I just want to show you what's really going on in this world with the information that was been held for centuries, hundreds of years, about Hannibal and Scipios. Now the information is out there. You can get various novels, history, books, reference concerning them. That's not really what I'm talking about. In a sense, what I'm talking about is you so-called Negro people, black people, you go by African American. You don't know that a man named Scipios Africanus went to war with Hannibal of Carthage in the Punic Wars, and he conquered Hannibal, the black man from Carthage, Africa. Now he conquered him, and when they conquered them, they changed the name of Africa, the land of Kemet, or the land of Ham, for better words, and they named it Africa. A white man. I'm gonna show you a picture of him right now. This guy. Now, as you look on the top, where you see the gold, where it say gold, it say the man who defeated Hannibal. His name was Scipios Africanus. This is a Roman, Italian. So you calling yourself African? That's not a black word, y'all. That's not black. That's more Eurocentric, which I ain't gonna say Eurocentric. That's more that's the Edomite name. That's the Edomites held that name. That was their title that they went by. African. You're not African. Now, I'm going to go into a book entitled From Babylon to Timbuktu. Everybody in Israel know what this book is right here. I don't even have to say it. Everybody in Israel know what this book is right here. This is a notorious novel, historical book in Israel. Everybody got this. Now I'm going to go to page 107 and read something here, because Hannibal, not only was he a black man, he was a Hebrew Israelite. Hannibal was a Hebrew Israelite. Now, this is page 107 of the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. It's saying the city and language of Hannibal. And before I read this, let me show you a picture of Hannibal. This book is titled The Black Diaspora Colonization of Colored People. Right there. Now, in this book, you go to page 41. It's saying Hannibal, the Carthaginian general. This is how Hannibal looked. That's Hannibal right there. This is a coin of Carthage. Hannibal the Great, African general, and his elephant Surus, he led his army across the Alphas into Italy. Punic War, 218 BC. Now you see his elephant at the bottom, right here. You can clearly see as an elephant, and you see Hannibal at the top. Now, he's a black man. Now that we know that he's black, let's go back into this book before we get Babylon to Timbuktu. You see his enemy, his nemesis, a white boy. This who Hannibal was going against in the Punic Wars. Now let's go back into this book. From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 107. It say the city and language of Hannibal. It say at the ruins of Carthage, archaeologists have found about 4,000 inscriptions in the ancient language of Canaan. Nahum Slocks says these inscriptions date from the time of Nehemiah, of Simon, and Jess of Hannibal. So the archaeologists, they found inscriptions of the history and language of Hannibal, and it was in Canaan, right? Now let's go down real quick. It say, get this real quick. It's saying, and we have Salakia. Let me see. I'm trying to see where I want to start at. Bear with me, y'all. It's saying, and we Hebrew writers, we who write and feel in our biblical tongue, have recognized at once that this recalled Phoenician language is nothing more nor less. So the language is no more nor less than Hebrew, a pure Hebrew dialect, nearly the same as was spoken in the country of Israel. So concerning the language of Hannibal, the general, his language was Hebrew. Let me jump down. The population of Carthage was derived from Palestine, and its civilization was Hebraic in origin. Slocks is certain, after much research, that the language Hannibal spoke in which he directed his troops was Hebrew. So Hannibal was black from Carthage, a city in Africa, but his culture, his bloodline was Hebrew. The Hebrews are black. And we'll get that out the Bible, man. Let's get Songs of Solomon. This is Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. The Songs of Solomon 1 and 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon. Jump down to 5. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Now this is one of the forefathers of Israel, one of the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said that he is a black man of color. What was he? He was a Hebrew Israelite. So there's your proof, man. This is a black book. The Bible is black, and the history books that they took from us was black. The evidence in the history books that they took from us was black. It's black. Black culture, black people way of life. It was all black. This is Isaiah 22. This is Isaiah 29 and 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. It's saying, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face wax pale. So Jacob and the Israelites is not going to be black 2,000 years ago, and then all of a sudden 2017 they all of a sudden is white people. No, they face is not going to wax pale. It's going to be people of color. It's going to be black. They're going to continue to be black, man. You see what I'm saying? It's not going. There's no changes. The Lord said that He do not change, man. So how could His people change? No, He gonna remember His people until they get it right. He already know who His people is. We know who His people is because we are His people. Lamentations 4 and 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bone. It is withered. It is become like a stick. Because through the famine, if you know anything about a famine, your skin gets a lot darker when you don't eat. When you starve, your skin starts, it gets a lot darker. Not because that's how we was black. It's because when you don't eat for a long period of time, you start your skin start getting darker. It's just like when white people when they get sick, their skin starts to get pale. The same thing with black people when you don't eat, when you starve. So it's describing their skin color as a black people, and they were black before the famine. It's just saying that they was a lot darker. You know what I'm saying? Because of the famine, their skin didn't flourish. Their skin didn't look healthy. You know what I'm saying? But they were black at odds. They started off as black people of color, because you got to remember that if we are the Israelites, right, a dark complected people, and there's a sun that's beaming on us, our skin is protection. Our skin protects us from the rays of the sun. You know what I'm saying? It helps your melanin. So the Lord is dealing with the people that have melanin, you know what I'm saying, in their skin color. The ones that was in Egypt. And I'm going to show you something else too. How you know that we the Israelites. I'm going to show you. I go into this book a lot, but this book is Understanding the Bible Through History and Archaeology right here. Decent book. But I just want to show you the color of the Israelites in here. Because y'all might think we still lying, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you on the walls of the tomb of Rekhmire in Thebes, approximately what's that, 1450 BC. If I'm getting it right? But let me read this real quick. It say brick making paint registry from the tombs of Rekhmire, Thebes, and it's saying the statue of the non-Egyptian in the land. The biblical records, a new king arose in Egypt who did not know Joseph, right? So this is what happened. The king did not know Joseph, and the Egyptians, set taskmasters over them, the Hebrews, to oppress them and force labor, and they built for Pharaoh store cities. So I'm gonna show you real quick. Turn this around. Check this out. See these? You see the people that's working? Those are Hebrews. You see this guy right here? Sitting down? That's an Egyptian. While the Hebrews is building the cities of Egypt. Now, what color do they look? Do they look like white folks? Absolutely no. So there's your proof, man. Hannibal is black. The Israelites are black. You know what I'm saying? We are the Jews, man. We are the Jews.